Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I am Zhong. We are back, another interview, and right next to me we have a House Gracie Jiu-Jitsu black belt. We'll be fighting on our upcoming event, August 28th at the heart of San Francisco, Keysar Pavilion. Now, during the pandemic, our event hasn't been put on any events in almost 2 years, and now the first time back, and then hope all the audience will come out and enjoy the live sports event, cage fighting. That would be awesome. Now, let's introduce you to all the MMA fight fans out there in the Bay Area. Your name is Daniel Oseguera.
Oseguera, yeah.
Right. And where are you coming from? What got you into martial arts?
So, I'm from Modesto, California. Originally born in Mexico, raised in Modesto. I started wrestling when I was in high school. From there, just kind of fell into jiu-jitsu, and then jiu-jitsu kind of fell into MMA, and then here we are.
Now, how many years it takes you to achieve a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt?
It took me a little bit over 10 years.
Now, that's a lot of time, a lot of dedication. Now, I'm assuming in the Bay Area, a lot of people mention your name that trying to dodging and not to fight you because you're jiu-jitsu black belt kind of scare a lot of people off, you know. So, but nowadays, like, hey, you know, take it or leave it. In the pro circuit, there's not much choices. Now, where are you located right now?
We're at Modesto in the Central Valley, Modesto, California.
And let's talk a little bit about this whole pandemic. During this whole pandemic, do you stay active, or how's things go in your gym?
So at first we closed down for those first 2-3 months where everybody was shut down completely.
Right.
Then after that, then we opened, you know, little like a soft opening, some of the guys that used, you know, trained in a fight, and it was just basically just keep it under wraps, just by ourselves, either at someone's garage or try to do whatever we could to try to stay active.
So you guys at Modesto, correct?
Yes,
it's
sir.
about 2.5 hours away.
It's about
from
about 2.5 hours from here.
Well, thank you for driving all the way down from Modesto, coming down here today. Today's July 17th, by the way, and it's about 2 o'clock afternoon. So I know it's a long drive for you guys. A lot of traffic.
Yeah, traffic on the way over here.
Yeah. So now, you haven't fought for like the last time you fought?
A year and a half, a little bit over a year and a half.
A little year and a half. That's a long layoff. Do you believe in ring wrestling?
We've stayed pretty active. You know, like I said, we were closed for about 2-3 months, but ever since that, you know, we reopened. We've been training just like we were, you know, before the pandemic. So, you know, I'm just gonna do what I do, and then hopefully that'll be enough. That's
pretty awesome. Now, as a jiu-jitsu black belt player, I'm watching all your fight. You never take anybody down.
No, that's what I was always tell people. Everybody, you know, I've had a lot of people that don't want to fight me because I'm a jiu-jitsu black belt. But if you look at all my fights, I never look for the takedown. If it happens, it happens, but you won't really see me trying to get the person to the ground. Most of my submissions come from standing, you know, standing guillotines. But, you know, it's a fight game. I like to fight. I like to strike. If it goes to the ground, I do what I do on the floor, but I do what I can on the stand.
Now, you coming off a flawless victory. You fought Austin Liu. You finished him on the first round?
No. We went the distance. I broke my hand in the first round. I fought the whole fight with a broken hand. Basically, I broke my jab, my left hand, in the beginning of the first round, like 2 minutes in. So I had to fight the whole fight with one hand.
You won that fight?
Yeah,
right?
I won that fight. Yeah.
Wow, that's a pretty crazy. I know Austin Liu's one of the up-and-coming prospect in the 135-pound division. That guy's no joke. Coming from Muay Thai background, and you actually coming off of a Victoria win. That's pretty awesome. Congratulations on you. Now, let's talk a little bit about your upcoming event. You're fighting on August 28th. You're fighting a guy actually from this gym, Ulysses Molina. What's your take on him?
I've seen a couple of his fights. I haven't really dug into too deep into his fights, but I've seen some of his fights. He's a good striker. You know, I see him. He goes to the ground a lot. He doesn't. What I've seen is he doesn't really stop takedowns. He kind of accepts the takedown. And then once he's on the floor, he does what he does.
Right.
Which is fine with me. If he wanted to go to the floor, we can go to the floor. If he wants to stay standing, we'll keep it standing.
How do you see this fight play out? Like, do you want to take it to where you're comfortable on your feet? Or do you actually work on, you know, like you say, it's very true because he doesn't really stuff the takedown.
No, I've seen him
take him down, he just falls.
Yeah, he accepts the takedown. I kind of do the same thing when people shoot on me. Sometimes it's easier to just accept the takedown and work off the ground than stopping the takedown. But like I said, we can go wherever he wants to keep it.
What do you like to go? Like
I like to box. You know, my last fight, I wanted to showcase my striking a little bit more, but like I said, I broke my hand in that first round, so I was fighting with my right hand the whole fight.
And it still went.
Yeah, you know, I had surgery the next day, or 2 days after my fight. I had to get 9 pins put in my hand.
Oh shoot!
So it was pretty messed up. So
what happened now? Did they take the pins out?
Yeah, they're gone. They're completely gone. But I was out for like 5-6 months without being able to strike.
Now I talked to your coach Paul Mendoza, a longtime friend of mine. Shoot, we go way back. I remember 10 years ago when he first started the MMA team. He sent a lot of guys coming fighting on our show too. So are you thinking about fighting full time now?
Yeah. So right now I'm kind of backing off my job. And the goal was, you know, try to fight at least twice this year. And then I'm already getting to the age where I have only a few years left, so I want to give out my last 3-4 years as much as I can. As much as I can.
So now, hey, the next event after August 28th, last event of the year, 2021, Dragon House. It's gonna put on another show November 13th. Zhong Cage Fighting Series #2. That will be the last event of the year, and we're celebrating this gym in San Francisco for 25 years. So we're putting on a very special event. Title fight from 125 pounds all the way up to heavyweight. All weight classes will be having title fight on November 13th. So if this fight come out clean, come out good, maybe have you back in November again.
As long as we don't get injured and the fight goes how we want it to go, we'll be right back.
Now let's share a little bit of a game plan. I'm not sure you're probably gonna want to keep it for yourself too. How do you like to see this fight? You want to dominate in fashion? You want to keep it striking and mix it up with taking him down, or what would you prefer to do?
I want to honestly, I want to keep it striking. I want to show everybody I'm not just a jiu-jitsu black belt. Everybody when they see, you know, oh, he's a jiu-jitsu black belt, they just think I'm a ground fighter. I've been striking with Paul for the last 13-14 years, so I have a pretty decent background in striking. When it comes to my hands, that's what I like the most, but my kickboxing's there. It hasn't just been able to be showcased that much. So that I want to keep it standing, and hopefully people can see that I'm a striker, not just a jiu-jitsu black belt.
Well, I believe that because you beat Austin Liu. That's a pure striker. Now, if anyone want to get a hold of you to buy tickets to come watching you fight, how can people contact you?
So on Facebook and Instagram under just my name, Daniel Oseguera, DANNYOSEGUERA. Just look me up and then I'm on there. And that's pretty much it. For
any special loved ones, special training partners, coaches, sponsors that you want to shout out to for this fight?
Just everybody that's been behind me, friends, teammates. There's so many people that are out there to name. Just everybody that's been with me since the beginning. You know, we're still here, and hopefully we'll be here for a few more years.
That's awesome. Now, if Ulysses Molina watching this interview, what do you have to say to him?
Just stay healthy, train hard, and let's have fun on that day. And
a little bit of prediction how this fight's going to go out.
I don't like to predict. I'm not that type of person that says I'm going to go out and knock him out. Hopefully he's training hard and he comes with, you know, his A game. I'll come out with my A game, and we just let the best man win that night.
Do you believe this fight will go to distance?
If it does, it'll be a fast-paced fight. I like to push the pace. My cardio is one thing that I always prided myself on. I can keep it going for 5-5-minute round or a 5-5-minute round.
So now, let's a little bit of tip for all the people who are not involved training fighting, but they want to get into fitness. What type of exercise you do to prepare for your cardio?
So I'm a runner. I like to run. I do a lot of road work. On Mondays when I'm getting ready for a fight, I don't work Mondays, so normally every Monday I try to do a half a marathon, and then throughout the week I do a couple miles, you know, throughout the week. Anything, honestly, that just keeps you active, and as long as you enjoy it and you can see yourself doing it and having fun with doing it, then why not do it?
I have the same belief. In fact, like a lot of people nowadays want to get in shape, get cardios, they want a little fancy medicine ball, fancy little gym and the CrossFit. I believe the old school.
You just road work.
Road work, bleachers, running, that's like the basic. Old school Olympic athletes all do the same thing. You don't need all this fancy little single leg doing some crazy shit. And I mean, it's still good, but the basic is always the best, the principle.
Yes,
that's pretty awesome. Now, one other question I want to ask you. You're a 135-pound fighter. do you ever think about moving up to 45, or do you ever think about squeeze to 120?
No, 45s, I just think, I walk around last night, I was like 152 pounds. I'm just too small for a 45er. I fought at 25s. If the fight's right and it's there, I'll take a 25-pound fight. It's just, I need a little bit more time to get down to 125. Right. But my first pro fight was at 125.
You fought Mark Kominko, huh?
Yeah, at 125s. It didn't go my way, but, you know, there was things I took from that fight. So, you know, hopefully, you know, maybe if I do come down back to 125, it'll be later down the road. Maybe fight once or twice at 35 and see how I feel back, come back down to 125.
One last question. Any bantamweight prospect in the Bay Area that caught your eye that you wants to fight in the future?
No, not really, to be honest. I just like to fight. Anybody that'll take the fight, you know, I'm there. That's it.
That's pretty awesome.
I don't really like to call out people or stuff like that. You know, we're all fighters. We know what we're gonna do, and we just show up on that day and do it.
Pretty awesome. Well, here we go. For more information about this upcoming fight card, please check out DragonHouseMMA.com. Please subscribe our YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram, Dragon_House_MMA. And this is a huge stack card, 12 professional fights and 8 amateurs. So do not listen out. Door opens at 3 p.m. The first fight kicks off at 4 p.m. Between 4 to 6:30, it's amateur. 6:30 to 9 o'clock, it's professional. So making sure you guys stay tuned and, you know, connect all your local fighters. Get a ticket directly from him with your friends and families and training partners. Make sure you support your local fighter, support your local promotions. Dragon House put on another epic event, cage fighting, Zhong Cage Fighting Series #1, going down to the history, August 28th. Thank you again, Danny.
Thank you.
All right, I'm Zhong, signing out.